You're doing some beautiful comedy for us. Do your thing, man. Do your thing. Come on, Alden. Give it up, guys. Come on!
Thank you, thank you, thank you. You know, I do appreciate the applause, but let's be real. I could suck today. You guys could be at the end and just be like, you're only clapping because I'm finally leaving. You'd be like, oh, I want those applause back. And save them for someone who needs them. But no, I'll try my best though. Before I get officially started, get up your host. Everybody else running this shit, everybody else who showed up just to come out and support, I appreciate it. Give yourselves a round too. Now, my name is Alden, but today I look like Waldo, if people didn't notice. And it's a weird thing, because even though my name is Alden, a lot of women look at me and say, not him. Except for my girlfriend, which that brings me to this. I was having a conversation with a few guys, and one of them asked us, what kind of animal does your girlfriend remind you of? The first two guys, they said something sentimental, like, oh, she reminds me of a parrot because she's so colorful. And then the next guy said, oh, she reminds me of orangutan because she's a redhead, and that's what I love about her. And I said, mine reminds me of a clam. And they looked at me kind of weird, like, oh, I get it. She's kind of a nympho. It's like, no, because all she does is this. And then they asked, like, what kind of career do you think represents your girlfriend? Well, one said a masseuse because she likes to be touchy-feely, massage. The next one said a nurse because she's always making sure he's healthy. And I said, well, ventriloquist. And they were like, oh, because out of this, like, no. Every time I fist her ass, she wants to talk more. I was like, literally, I was doing that. I was being romantic. And she wants to talk about her mom stole her money to buy a blow. I was like, ironically, that's a downer right now. Now, to anybody who's like secretly making fun of me because like, oh, he's not getting along with his girlfriend, the joke's on you. I don't have one. But I do want to make sure this is understood, though. Even though I don't have a girlfriend, it just means I'm single, not gay. And that's okay. I'm still supportive. But I mean, the whole thing about it is like, I'm not gay, but I make exceptions. Like, one of them is I'd have sex with a woman wearing a Johnny Depp mask. Although the sex is never as rough as his marriage. And then also, there's this hypothetical I thought of. Like, one day I want to go out for a walk and see a spaceship that abducts me. And then they probe me, so that way I know what it feels like to be gay, but it wasn't consensual. Wait, these are all, I got a bunch of new jokes, so I'm going to make some references to these. So bear with me.
Stop it.
Let's see. Oh yeah, I mean, I wish I was, because it would be so much easier to hook up. But the thing about me is I get weirded out just by eating a creamsicle.
What are you doing? What are you doing?
And that's why I don't understand about religion exactly. I mean, because, like, the Mormon religion, it's against gays. But literally in their title is more men. Now, I said that to a former Mormon, and she said, you know, it's pronounced Mormon, right? I was like, okay. Have you ever heard Jamaicans say that? Mon? Now, I have a lot of jokes about religion. Like, I don't understand, like, because God says, oh, it's Adam and Eve, not Adam and Steve. I was like, he never said that. There's no Steve in the Bible. But okay, let's just go with that. Let's just say he's against gays. But at some point when he was making the earth, he had to have said, wait a second, wait. This place could use more color. And then, like, Jesus turned water into wine, but he never checked for IDs. At no point did he stop and say, wait, he's underage, give him grape juice instead. Plus he turned water into wine, he walked on water. Hopefully not the same water. Wash women's feet.
Okay, cool. Gotcha.
Son of God.
You still want cheese, right?
He was the most famous person in history known for being hung, yet he died a virgin.
This is my coach.
All I'm saying is, I think he came more than twice. Now, I do have a theory also that Jesus was Mexican, because, I mean, if you think about it, you see anybody.
You couldn't recognize her. She was wearing
It's
white.
spelled J-E-S-U-S. It's pronounced Jesus. And he was a carpenter.
You're welcome.
I'm saying maybe he turned water into tequila
There's cheers.
or vino.
I don't know whose phone that is. I don't know whose phone that is. Oh, shit.
Okay. Yeah, and I said that because I grew up with a religious upbringing that didn't really take with me. I do have trauma actually from a dad. This is a sincere moment, like truthful. You're gonna find something out about me. And I'm healing from it. Life's getting better as a result because I'm working on myself. And where I grew up, I'm not from California originally. I moved here from Tennessee, just outside of Memphis, a place called Fisherville. It was a great place for me because, like, even before I had a name for it, I felt the spiritual being within me. And it was a bunch of nature, a bunch of animals, a bunch of fields, bodies of water. And what I noticed from living out in the country as opposed to the city is that not only it's more of each animal, it's a wider variety, and they grow to be bigger in nature. Like, I've seen bigger horses out there than I've seen out here, bigger deer, bigger hens. So naturally, we had bigger cocks. And beavers. There was actually a one time a horse came up to me and said, "Hey, why do so many men brag about being hung like me?" So I don't know, dude, I'm 6. No, I do have a weird way of looking at things. Like we got Star Wars fans here. Like Yoda, it's impressive what he can do. He's all wise, all knowing, all powerful, but he still can't ride a roller coaster. So my thinking is him and Danny DeVito off to the side invite tall people to limbo parties. Stick it to them. And I told Chewbacca that joke. You know what he said? Whoa.
I get it.
He might be Mexican too. He can roll his R's.
Damn! He's too tall.
All right. So right now I'm actually working at a job that's actually helping me fund my comedy like no job has before. I work at a mining company, and it's strange when I was first told that I got the job because I went through a temp agency. And if you don't know what that is, that's basically, let's say if you order something on Amazon, and they're like, because you ordered this, you might also like, except it's for jobs. So I got this because I used to work at FedEx. And now I work at a mining company, but when they told me originally, I was confused because they said, it looks like you're going to be working with minors. I'm like, I never worked with kids before. He was like, am I going to be a Catholic priest? Oh, that kind of minor. Okay, I got you. I mean, and that's not the first time I've had a misunderstanding along those same lines. There was one time this guy was talking about he was taking his daughter to see a pediatrician. Me not having a kid, I didn't know what that was exactly. So he explained it to me. He's a child doctor. I guess I focused on the wrong part of what he was saying because I was like, children can be doctors? And also, I mean, I can't understand everything. I mean, nobody really can. I mean, everybody gets confused, right? Like, there was this one time, like, they didn't put this in the flyer. When you go speed dating, you're not supposed to be on speed. But they never mentioned that. But ironically, I got to this one chick, and she was like, are you high right now? I was like, I think we need to get to know each other before we start asking each other this question. It's ironic. I was on speed, but she was moving too fast.
Hell yeah.
So, I had an idea the other day to create a time machine. Now, some people, they'll go back in time to, like, an old baseball game that happened before they were born, an old concert, maybe the Victorian era. I'm not that deep. I just want to go back before electricity ever existed. So when I get a great idea, somebody has to light a candle above my head. Instead of a light bulb. But nobody knows everything, you know. That's what I was saying about like those confusions that I make, unless you're Republican and believe in Jesus. Oh yeah, and I actually do have a time machine. And I've told a bunch of people about it, and I said, yeah, you can go to any time you want with this. And I brought them back to the house, and they all said the same stupid thing when they saw it. Oh, it's just a watch. But I call it a time machine. Because it sounds cooler that way. I mean, these clothes are clean, right? But I ain't cleaning a washer. It was a washing machine. And I'm not a dancer. I'm a dancing machine. And my last relationship just ended because of a vibrating machine. I try to make that one sound positive, but it just never does. It's not what you think, though. The way it ended. I just want to see how much more her chihuahua could shake. She was pretty special to me, I'll be honest. She helped me fulfill one of my fantasies. I asked her, could the next time we have sex be more like a porno? And she agreed. However, it was more like a porno when you got like a weak 4G signal. Because a few minutes in, I started buffering. Now, when I say that joke, sometimes people are jerks and they come up to me and say, oh, I guess there was no good connection. However, the next day I thought I was like, maybe, you know, making some progress towards something better. When this woman came up to me and said, hey, you want to sit down and talk? She's gorgeous, too. And after a seemingly meaningful conversation, she asked me, what can I do for you for $150? Well, it wasn't what I was looking for. So I thought on my toes. I said, get in the car, let's go. Took her back to my apartment, and now I finally have a clean bathroom. And then the next day I looked up on Google, girls who finish my, and Google finish my sentence with, finish my sentence. So now I'm in love with the search engine. The only problem is when I go Christmas shopping, I gotta go through these. So I made sure when I was growing up to be cultured, and that's actually why I have really soft skin. They moisturize against the white stereotype because we're just known for having dry skin apparently. But that sucks because, like I said, I'm not really religious. I just want to be cremated, which sucks. I'll put so much effort into moisturizing, yet I'll still eventually be ashy. Oh, dry humor. It's like, we should hashtag that one. And it's good to be cultured. Like, I mean, even as a white person, I'm still Asian. Which is why Robert De Niro looks like that when he laughs. You know, we've all seen it. Which I have the ingredients for a proper Robert De Niro laugh. You take some lemon or lime, some salt, and a joke book. Let's say you take the lime wedge, pour some salt on your tongue when you're reading the joke book. And the thing is, I couldn't be racist. I've never even beaten a person of another race in a game of Monopoly. If you think about what you can do in a game of Monopoly, you know, you can send people to jail, you can get the privilege of free parking, steal their land and real estate. If I was going to be racist, that's where the fuck it would start. What else? I went to the zoo for the first time not too long ago, as an adult for the first time. And it was, when I went, it was like my national pastime as a kid. We would always go, like big family outings, birthdays and such. And it was fun. I love animals. I even then felt like guilty for seeing them caged up, but now I have a whole different perspective. I was like, what is it like to just be an animal with people staring at you all day? Then I realized from the other side of it exactly what it feels like when I try to eat a piece of chicken in front of a dog. Has anybody heard of the Leaning Tower of Pisa? Yeah. That's where dogs look the most natural because they're like, ooh. Now I want to tell people about me. I'm a big fan of doggy style. but not the sexual position.
Oh,
I just really like licking women's hands for food and attention. I experienced one against my will, a different version of it, when a one-night stand shit my bed. I was like, get up. You know, with the dog, all you have to do is buy a dog food. With her, I had to buy an Uber.
Oh, damn.
Yeah, and that's another. Oh, here's another Star Wars joke. I wonder what doggy style is. Yoda. Missionary position, isn't it? Huh? All right, so I'm gonna close out here with one more joke, and then, well, yeah, and then I'm gonna show you something cool I can do on guitar.
Hey!
But hey, listen, give me a round of applause if you like what I got so far. So this is a short story about a toxic relationship that ended poorly. It had hope, it had potential, but here goes. Seemingly it started off well for a few dates, but then at some point it just went sour. This couple just at each other's throats, and it just was downward spiraling. Until one day the guy woke up, he said, you know what, I remember, today's our anniversary, I'm going to try today. So I went out and got anniversary lobsters, cleaned up the place, and got home hoping she'd be excited. Unfortunately, she picked those lobsters up and threw them at his head because earlier that day she found out he also gave her crabs.
Oh my God!
Our cocktail sauce. All right, so we've all heard of the band Queen, right?
Yes.
Great band, great lead singer, and
Oh,
Freddie
yeah.
Mercury. Now he was bisexual, which most people know that.
Amen.
And to the people that aren't big on music, they'll say he was just good, even though I'd say he's great and most people would. But to those people who say he was just good, he was just a goodbye.
Goodbye.
All right, so now I'm going to show you some shit on guitar.
Hey!
Guys, he is not done, but one more time for Alden, please.
Woo! I love you.
He's going to do some crazy SHIT stuff for you.
There's kids, man.
1 second. We got to get him a guitar.
Want to get up? Here, give it to me.
We got a guitar technician. Hold on, y'all. Give it up for JR, guitar technician, y'all. That's not fucking easy, y'all. Come on, give it up for fucking. Oh wait, you got the national anthem or what?
He got
Guys,
the whole
one more
package,
time,
man.
please, for Mr. Alden Edmiston himself.
Hell yeah.
This motherfucker is at every open mic working hard. I love him here. It's a tradition for him to open up the show now. So one more time, please, guys. One more time. We got a bunch of fucking badasses here. Fucking people are just showing up and I love it. But up next, we got a special guest. He wasn't on the flyer, but he is here live with us. Give it up for the one and only mi hermano. He's actually my brother. Believe it or not, we don't look nothing alike.
You guys are brothers. I couldn't tell, man.
The one and only Godfried is here. He goes by Godfried. I don't know when the fuck that happened. It's like when Snoop Dogg changed the Snoop line. We don't know, but it just happened. He goes by Godfried. You want to tell us a little bit why it's Godfried? Rat Screech. That's the last name, believe it or not. Rat Screech, yeah. Kevin is looking at me like, what the fuck? But give us a couple minutes. He's going to set up. You know the deal. You know the drill, man. So, again, thank you guys for being here, man. We got beers. We got food. Mr. Hutch over here with the green jacket. Raise your hand, please. He's over here. Oh, yellow. Sorry. I drank already. Someone passed me a bottle. I'm sorry.
Hey, no more Julies for you.
He's doing food. If you guys want to buy food or beer, he's here. He's like our waiter. But this is his place, so he's not our waiter. He's the owner. So let's thank him. Can we get a round of applause for Hutch? This is his backyard, y'all. Give us a couple minutes. He's going to set up here. Thank you, guys.
Hey, that was some good shit, dog. Like, the new stuff was pretty sick.